Okay, good morning everyone. Welcome to today's meditation and Kriya Yoga talk. So as you know, my name is Chelynn Tetreault, and I just wanted to start with a few announcements that is coming up for some members of our Kriya Yoga Alliance. Next Sunday, Chris Sartain will be speaking. He'll be leading meditation and the talk. So that will be next Sunday at 11 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific. Then we also have David McGrath speaking. I believe it's later this afternoon. He will also be leading a meditation. So if you'd like to join again for round 2, he will be speaking and leading meditation from Ireland. And so you can go to the Kriya Yoga Alliance website to join. You just follow the links to join his talk. And then coming up in June, there's a 4-day solstice Kriya Yoga celebration online retreat. And that is led by Yoga Alliance member Ryan Kurzak. There's also other members that will be speaking during that 4-day retreat. So everyone is welcome to that. I know Pascal Chambers will be speaking, and Chris Sartain, Ryan Strong, Ryan Kurzak, and a few other meditation leaders and teachers. So that should be a really wonderful time to bring in the solstice. So hopefully you can join that. And you can find links for that. I believe they'll be posted on our Facebook. And hopefully we'll also post registration links for that on the Kriya Yoga Alliance website. So for the talk today, I would love to share with you some of my insights about the archetypal qualities of mother and how we can get in touch with these qualities of mother, of divine mother, and use them to support our Kriya Yoga practice. And so if we think about it, one thing that we all have in common, no matter where we grow up or live or what part of the world we're in, even other mammals share this experience. We've been grown in the wombs of, and we all come from and are born from our mothers. Now, we all, on a personal level, have a variety of different experiences with mother. Some of them have been positive, some of them have been difficult, tumultuous. There's the whole variety. And I invite you today to kind of look into the archetypal and the divine qualities of mother, and to be able to get in touch with these qualities yourself. So I'll talk about what some of these qualities are and where I received these insights of these qualities. Now, it's interesting also to know that I realized both Mr. Roy Jean Davis and Paramahansa, they both lost their mothers at quite a young age. And of course that created deep grief. And as Paramahansa said in his book, Autobiography of a Yogi, he said that he was experiencing deep anguish from that experience. And Paramahansa's mother, she was a disciple of Lahiri Mahashaya. And she herself was very devoted to Divine Mother. She herself was a mother, and she embodied these qualities. She endlessly gave to the needy, and she was very devout in her practices. And she would, when she was pregnant with Mukunda, or Paramahansa, Mukunda was his name before he became Paramahansa Yogananda, she would pray for his spiritual well-being, for blessings, and she actually through her prayers received that blessing for Paramahansa from Lahiri Mahashaya. And so there's this deep connection in our lineage to Divine Mother. So from Paramahansa's mother, and from the experience of Mr. Davis and Paramahansa having to go through that difficult experience of losing their personal mothers so early, through that difficult experience, they were able to transform and get in touch with Divine Mother, which we all have access to. And so I'd love to talk to you about some of the qualities of Divine Mother. But before I do that, I just wanted to speak about a moment where Paramahansa, after those years of anguish, in a meditative state, he received a message and an image of Divine Mother. Okay, now it comes from within. This is something that isn't external to us. Since we are all connected, it is something that we can find within, and we're not separate from. But he received this message and this image of Divine Mother, who said, "It is I who have watched over thee, life after life, in the tenderness of many mothers. See in my gaze 2 black eyes, the lost beautiful eyes thou seekest." So in that moment, he realized that there was no separation between ourselves and Divine Mother. And I thought that was a pretty powerful moment. And it helps me to connect to Divine Mother. Okay, so now I'm going to go talk about the qualities of Divine Mother, kind of keeping you at the edge of your seats. And I learned these qualities by studying the Nityas, or the goddesses that embody the different phases of the moon. So each phase of the moon will embody some of these qualities of Divine Mother. And then these qualities coalesce at the full moon. They all come together. And so some of the qualities of Divine Mother we see as creator, of course. So Shakti, which is our primordial feminine essence that pervades all of life, that creates life, that kind of brings us into existence, is a quality of Divine Mother. So embodiment of Shakti. We see that in all of nature. She's also the great nourisher and giver of health. And so when a mother gives birth to a newborn, that little being only subsists on her nourishment. That little being is kept fully alive and nourished and is given health. So if we think of mother's milk, it's nourishing, and it also gives us immune strength. So there's actual immunity that is passed down from the mother to the child. And so she is a protector in that way. And she protects our health and our state of being. She is the giver of transformative power. And so just if we go back again, just on a very physical level, we think of being nourished by mother, and that helps us to grow and change. And so we can also reflect on that in our spiritual growth as well. So she is the giver of transformative power. Some other qualities: she's the giver of compassion and bliss. So if we think of little ones, we all have these little children that are within us, of course, right? These raw, pure, emotive beings that we can be. The compassion of Divine Mother is endless patience for that wildness that we have within us, right? And also a great teacher. A teacher helps us to learn how to regulate these emotions, to know that we are safe and we are held and we are loved. She's the unifier of the 3 phases of reality. She is the remover of ignorance of your true nature. So she really helps us to remember that we are not separate. In Ayurvedic medicine, there is this understanding around the 3rd month or so of pregnancy that there is this state between the growing fetus and the mother. It is a bicardiac state, da hrida, so 2 hearts. And if we can contemplate that our hearts are the seat of our consciousness, the mother and the child are one for a time. They share a consciousness. And this is the same when we can access those qualities of Divine Mother within us. It reminds us that we are one. We are all connected, and not just the small self. A few other qualities: she's the timekeeper, the remover of obstacles, and the remover of fear. Oftentimes fear can, of course, get in our way with many things in life. And so if we can lay our fears at the feet of Divine Mother, then we can remove certain obstacles. It reminds me of, probably many of you have reached this point with your practices in meditation where you're reaching that place where you can start to feel your small self start to dissolve, like your ahamkara, your ego, it starts to shift and dissolve. And for many, that can feel like falling into an abyss a little bit. It can sometimes feel frightening depending on how much you want to hold on. And I really invite you, that's a really good point where you can bring in the qualities. Remember these qualities of Divine Mother to surrender so that you can move beyond. It's a really helpful step in becoming self-realized. That moment where you want to hold on, that is the moment to surrender to Divine Mother. And she will be there for you and support you towards that next step. It's a really powerful moment. Some other thoughts that are coming up about Divine Mother, she gives without attachment. And so another place that I feel we can struggle with is we can feel maybe not worthy of becoming fully self-realized, or we could feel like I need to be in a better state of health, or I need to be at this place, or I need to be at a better state of prosperity before I can become self-realized. But if you're able to remember qualities of Ma, or Divine Mother, that she accepts without any conditions, you don't need to be in any higher or lower state for her to acknowledge you. And so it's really important, just with your heart center, to connect to that. I just wanted to speak to a little bit about, as you know, with Kriya, or maybe there's a few people here who are not familiar with what Kriya means. Kriya simply means action or practices that we use as Kriya yogis to support us along our path to becoming self-realized. Now, we can practice our Kriyas in order to become self-realized, but sometimes there's something else that can happen in our daily lives that it's kind of like a spontaneous grace or impulse. So I have a story about this young man. He was a Kriya yogi, and he was very, very regular with his practices and was very open to accepting what is. And he received this divine impulse. There's no other way for me to describe it other than that I feel like had the qualities of Divine Mother, where he was visiting some family. He lived fairly far away from his family. And he was at a family member's house, and he had this impulse. It didn't come from any rational thought, but he had this impulse to just go to his grandmother's house, she was close by. So he went to his grandmother's house. He just felt this urge, like, I need to go there right now. I need to see my grandmother. And he didn't question it. He was very in tune with these impulses. Unfortunately, she was elder. I think it was very early in the morning, so she was still asleep. And so she was asleep, and she was elder, and so her sense of smell at the time, I think she had a cold. It wasn't very strong. Unfortunately, one of her appliances in her house had caught fire. And so her grandson went in, smelled the smoke, saw the smoke, put out the fire, got his grandmother out of the house, and all was well. And so to me, that illustrates this impulse of Divine Mother coming in, acting as protector, this acting as like a divine service to others. And if we can listen to that and trust that we can receive that, then we can be of more service to others, act as protector, look after people that we care about and love. And so I thought that was a really nice story in terms of, allowing yourself to be moved by these impulses. They don't always have to make rational sense. So lastly, I just want to talk about the fierceness of mother. I don't know if it's lastly. I might go into another story. We'll see. But there was this young woman who was a new mother, and she lived close to a forest. And so she would spend many hours and many years before she became a mother in the forest. So she got to know the qualities of the forest. And many times she would come across different wild animals, owls, porcupines, moose, bears. And so it was very comforting for her to, after she gave birth to her baby, to go into the forest with her newborn, just holding her newborn and walking very slowly in the forest. A very comforting, quiet, nurturing place to be. And so one day she was walking along the trail, had been maybe an hour or two, her little baby asleep, her little newborn. Those swaddles that we have, she had her baby just swaddled so she could walk freely and just having her baby close. And out of the corner of her eyes, she saw a little squiggly thing scrunching up a tree. And so then she turned to look, and it was a little teeny fuzzy, teeny tiny bear cub. And then she saw another little bear cub scrunching up a tree, and she thought, "Ooh, okay, they're feeling a little nervous." And then she saw the mother bear, very close by, of course, but she didn't feel any fear because she knew the qualities of bear and the qualities of being a mother. And she was able to just calmly let the mother bear know that she was going to turn around and go the other way and give her space. And so it was actually a very peaceful moment. It was quite beautiful for that young mother. But she was able to feel that fierce quality, that protective quality of mother really up close. It was a really beautiful experience for that mother to have a sense of the fierce protector quality. I know many of you can contemplate that, right? Like, there's nothing like a mother animal protecting her young. There's a certain fierceness to that. And so it's important for us to trust that we will always be protected and looked after in that way along our spiritual journey. It's there for us. It's not an exclusatory thing. It's for everyone. There's a quote from my teacher, Maya Tawari. So I learned a lot about the Nityas, the qualities of Divine Mother through her. And I just want to remind everyone that these qualities are definitely something that is within us and that we're not separate from. And so Mother Maya, or Maya Tawari, this is a quote from her. She says, "Mother's vast power is beyond the reach of word and concept, but you can reach her from within." Now, I tried to attempt to illustrate some of the qualities of Divine Mother for you today. And it is one of these experiences that does go beyond words. And so I did my best. And hopefully for meditation today, I invite you to try to get in touch with these qualities. It is beyond words, but we can experience them directly. So before we start meditation, I'd just like to share a chant with you about Divine Mother. And Divine Mother in the name of Lalita. She is the full moon. She's the embodiment of all the Nityas, of all the qualities of Divine Mother. Aim Hrim Shrim Om Mantra Sarye Namaha. Om Sudaha Ritya Namaha. Shri Padukam Pujayami Tarpayami Namaha. Aim Hrim Shrim Om Mantra Sarye Namaha. Om Sudaha Ritya Namaha. Shri Padukam Pujayami Tarpayami Namaha. Aim Hrim Shrim Om Mantra Sarye Namaha. Om Sudaha Ritya Namaha. Shri Padukam Pujayami Tarpayami Namaha. And so we can take this meditation time to be embraced by the qualities of Divine Mother. So you could take a comfortable seat. Closing your eyes. Inhaling and exhaling through both nostrils several times at your own pace. Allowing your lungs to expand fully and then gently releasing on the exhale. And we take a moment to honor all authentic enlightenment traditions and to honor our lineage, Mahavatar Babaji, Lahiri Mahashaya, Sri Swami Yukteswar, Paramahansa Yogananda, Mr. Roy Eugene Davis, and all of their successors. And we'll begin meditation with Om. And you can gently bring your gaze with your eyes closed to the focal point just above your eyebrows at the center of your forehead. You may bring in any techniques that you practice, or you simply can chant Om internally while holding your gaze at the point, the center of your forehead, just above your eyebrows. Om, 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 Om. allow your inner connection to Divine Mother to support you, to remove fear, to feel that creative force, that Shakti. To feel that pervasive love without condition. And you can surrender all turbulent movements of the mind, movements of emotions. You can surrender them to Divine Mother within us. She is vast. She'll accept everything with love, with no conditions. If you feel a certain heaviness, qualities of tamas, if you're feeling heavy or a little bit sleepy, it can help to take in a few deep inhalations through the nostrils and then exhaling out of your mouth. If you find your gaze drifting, simply bring it back. Return to drishti, to the point, the center of the forehead. Om, 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 Om. As we close meditation today, let's take a moment to acknowledge all mothers with our support and our intention. Let us offer qualities of Divine Mother to all mothers: compassion, ability to nourish, protection, support for growth and transformation. Let us offer these qualities to all mothers. And we'll close today with 3 ohms. You're welcome to join or simply receive. Inhaling deeply. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om, peace, peace, peace. Thank you, everyone. Hope you can join us next week. Thank you.